Right now, there are speaking habits quietly killing your English, and the worst part is you cannot see them. Picture a recent moment. You are mid-conversation, sharing something you care about, and you notice it. The other person's eyes drift. They glance at their screen. They give you a soft, "Yeah, sure," and something inside you quietly sinks. You wonder, is it me? Am I too much? Am I not enough? Here is what I know for certain. That feeling does not belong to you. It is not who you are. It is just a handful of speaking patterns. Tiny, invisible patterns that quietly drain the energy out of everything you say. And today, I am going to hand you every single one of them, explained simply, one by one. Habit number 1. And almost nobody escapes this one. Listen closely to this sentence. So, I was kind of thinking that maybe we could do something a bit different. Feel that? It is like trying to walk through water. Every single filler word, every kind of breaks the listener's train of thought. By the moment you finally land your actual point, their attention has already moved on. So why do we do this? Here is the simple truth. Your brain is still building the sentence, but your mouth refuses to stay quiet. So it reaches for noise. Like, sort of, to fill the gap. These are called filler words, and here is why they hurt. They make you sound uncertain, even on topics you know deeply. The fix is surprisingly simple. Instead of filling silence with noise, fill it with nothing. A deliberate pause. That is it, because silence is not a weakness. Silence says, I know exactly what I want to say. Watch this. Weak version. I was thinking we should, maybe move the meeting to Thursday. Strong version. I think we should move the meeting to Thursday. Same message, same words. Completely different presence. One sounds like a guess. The other sounds like a decision. Here is your one action for today. In your very next conversation, each time you feel a filler word rising, simply close your lips, breathe once, then speak. It will feel slightly odd for the first 2 or 3 days. Then it disappears. The pause becomes natural. You become someone people actually wait for. Habit number 2. Talking at the wrong speed. This is almost always linked to nerves or excitement. You feel the listener drifting, so your brain says, talk faster, say everything before they leave. I completely understand that reaction. But here is what actually happens on their end. They smile, they nod. But inside they are thinking, what did he just say? And they will not ask you to repeat. That feels awkward. So they nod again, and your whole point simply vanishes. Weak version. So I spoke with my manager, and he told me the deadline moved and we need to deliver everything by Wednesday. Did you catch all of that? Almost certainly not. Strong version. I spoke with my manager. He said the deadline moved. We need to deliver by Wednesday. Same information. But this time, every sentence has breathing room. The listener's brain has time to keep up, and every word feels more deliberate, more weighty. The fix. After each meaningful sentence, just stop. 1 second. That single second lets your listener land with you. It makes your words feel considered. It makes you feel composed. Here is your one practice. Tomorrow, choose any single conversation and deliberately speak just a notch slower than usual. Not dramatically slow, just enough to feel the difference. You will notice something interesting. The person in front of you will visibly relax, and so will you. Habit number 3. words that impress nobody. There is a trap a lot of people fall into, especially in professional or academic settings. They reach for big, technical, multi-syllable vocabulary because it feels like authority. And I understand the logic. But here is what the listener actually experiences: confusion, or worse, that quiet feeling of being talked down to. And the moment someone feels that, they stop connecting with you entirely. Weak version. We must leverage our core competencies and drive cross-functional synergies to optimize stakeholder outcomes. What does that sentence mean? Nobody genuinely knows, but everyone in the room nods because admitting confusion feels worse. Strong version. We need our teams to work together and do it better than before. Every word lands. Every person in the room knows what to do next. Here is the thing about simple language. It is not a sign of a limited mind. It is a sign of a clear one. Simple words are not small words. They are the most powerful words you own. The finest teachers on the planet speak in plain sentences. So do the most respected leaders. Why? Because they have only one goal: to be understood, not admired. The fix. Before you speak, run one internal question. Is there a simpler way to say this? Almost always the answer is yes. Your one practice this week. Find one complex word you reach for regularly, replace it with a clearer one, and stick to that replacement for 7 days. In 1 month of this habit, your speaking will feel like a completely different instrument. Habit number 4. Where your eyes go. A lot of people are genuinely unaware of this one. When you speak while looking at the floor, at a wall, at your hands, you are broadcasting a message that has nothing to do with your words. That silent message is, I am not fully here. People feel this deeply. They begin to sense that you are uncertain, or disengaged, or that you do not fully believe what you are telling them. Trust quietly erodes. But here is the other edge of this. Locked, unblinking eye contact, staring at someone like you or trying to see through them, is equally damaging. It makes people tense and self-conscious. Nobody wants to feel dissected. So what is the right balance? Natural, intentional eye contact. Hold their gaze when you are making your main point. Glance away briefly when you are thinking, then return. That rhythm is what trust actually looks like. Weak version, saying, I really believe this plan is going to work, while staring at the floor. Nobody buys it. Strong version, the same sentence, with steady, warm eye contact. Now people believe it before you even finish the sentence. The fix. Pick one eye, left or right, and gently hold it. This feels far more natural than trying to stare at both simultaneously, and it reads as steady confidence. Your one practice. In your next conversation, every time you hit your most important point, make sure your eyes are on the other person. Just that single shift. You will feel the entire conversation change. Habit number 5. And once you notice it, you will hear it everywhere. It has a name. Upspeak. This is when your voice rises at the end of a statement. Not a question. A statement. As if you are asking for permission to have said it. Listen to this. So I went in for the interview today, and I met the hiring manager, and he said things went really well. Every one of those sentences was a fact, but the rising pitch turned each one into a question. It sounded like, do you believe me? Is that okay with you? Are you still with the me? When your voice goes up at the end of a statement, you signal doubt about your own words. And if you sound doubtful, the listener feels doubtful too. Strong version. I went in for the interview today. I met the hiring manager. He said things went really well. Hear that? Grounded, steady, credible. That is someone who has no need to seek approval for their own experience. The fix. When you reach the end of a sentence, let your voice settle. Downward, gently, naturally, without force. Not stern, just stable. Your one practice. Record yourself speaking freely for 60 seconds. Any topic at all. Then play it back. You will hear exactly where your voice climbs when it should stay. Level. And here is the remarkable thing. The moment you hear it, your voice begins correcting itself automatically. So, those are the 5 habits. Filler words. Rushing your pace. Unnecessary complexity. Wandering eye contact. And Upspeak. Pick one. Only one from that list. Work on it for 7 days. Only 7 days. That is all this takes. Small, consistent adjustments build into something that feels completely unrecognizable from where you started. If this video shifted something for you, go ahead and give it a like. And if you want more videos like this, make sure you are subscribed to English Unleashed Lab. We will see you in the next one.